So have you ever felt this way in an exam? You know, you've got in the exam, you've run out of time, and you haven't done as well as you know you would be capable of if you just had more time. So in this video, I'm going to show you two really simple and powerful ways that you can never run out of time in exams again. That's right, I know it's a big call, so let's jump in and find out exactly how you can never run out of time in exams again. So whenever you go somewhere for the first time, it can be pretty stressful because you've got to work out, well, how do you get there? You know, what roads do you take? And then how do you make sure that you arrive on time? You know, and that's why we use things like Google Maps or Apple Maps, right? They make a huge difference in our ability to get somewhere on time, safely, without stressing out. And really, just like you have a map for your journey in traveling, you need to have a map for your exam journey as well. You need to identify for that exam how you're going to tackle it. So, you know, how much time you're going to spend on each section, how much time per marks, what order you're going to tackle the paper in. And you need to know this before you actually take that exam. Instead of making it up when you sit in the exam for the first time and decide to tackle it in a certain way. So, a really simple suggestion here to help you never run out of time in exams again is a week before your exam, sit down and answer these questions. Work out how much time you're going to spend per mark. How are you going to tackle the paper chronologically? Which sections are you going to work on first? Write a quick plan down for how you're going to approach that exam. And then practice. Do an exam paper under timed conditions and apply that plan and see if it works for yourself. Because that way you're not testing the plan in the real thing, which is the last thing that you want to do. So simply, create a plan for your exam, test it prior to the exam, and then make any changes before you go into that exam, because this will help you not run out of time in the exam. So the second way that you can not run out of time in your exams ever again is something we call the 10% less time strategy. Now, as a quick story, you know, one of the things that I'm really well known for, unfortunately, is always running late. You know, my family, my friends, my colleagues from work, they know I'm going to run late, and in fact they call it Rowan time. That I'm, you know, usually 5 to 10 minutes late. Never a lot, just a little bit. Now this, you know, was driving them insane, and then all of a sudden I started turning up to places on time. And they're like, "What's going on? You know, like, has he changed?" And you know what it was? It was something really, really simple. The clock in my car was running fast, so I actually thought that I was still running late, but it was because the clock was ahead, so I was actually turning up on time. Now, why am I sharing you this story? Well, what we've found really, really powerful is that when you're preparing for your exams in practice, just like that clock was making me think I had less time, you should give yourself less time in practice to complete a paper. So instead of giving yourself, let's say it's 40 minutes typically for an essay, you give yourself 10% less time. So 4 minutes less, 36 minutes. Now, what's the effect of this? Well, you know, I studied this way myself when I was going through my HSC, and you know, it meant that when I got into my 3-minute English exam, because I'd been used to completing it with less time, one, I walked in feeling super confident, you know, like I knew that I could finish the paper in time. So mentally I was in a better headspace. But it also meant that I had more time in the exam because I actually finished the paper. And this is going to sound crazy, I finished the 3-minute English paper 30 minutes early. That's right, crazily early. But what was brilliant about it is it gave me the time, you know, to go back and to really, you know, fix up my writing because it was pretty ineligible. And it gave me the time to think more about how I was responding to the question and add some things and change some things. So it helped me reduce silly mistakes. It helped me better plan my responses. So for you, in practice, give yourself 10% less time. Any practice paper you do, cut 10% time off. You're going to find that it's going to help you get through papers more quickly, and it's going to help you get more confident for the exams. And then when you're in the exam, it's going to help you plan better and reduce silly mistakes. So, in conclusion, the two things that you can do to never run out of time in exams again is number one, have an exam plan of attack. Take the time to plan how you're going to tackle the paper, practice it so that you can iron out any kinks so that you know when you go into the exam what you're doing, when you're doing it, the order in which you're doing it. And number 2, give yourself 10% less time in practice for any practice paper that you do. Nice and simple. I'd love to hear how you find these strategies work for you. Leave it in the comments below. Let me know if you've got any questions about how else you can prepare for your exams. And finally, hit the subscribe button. All right, hit the bell so you get notified when our next video comes, and I'll see you next week.